Hi, kindergarten kids. You brainiacs. Remember, this is not just a hat rack. This is our brain pan, and we're supposed to be thinking all the time. Hope you are, and I can tell you are when I look at the questions from your notebooks. I've taken pictures of some of the questions. One or two of you maybe didn't leave your notebook with me, but I had 9 or 10, it seems like. And so I took up some pictures of some. Some of you have had some activity since the last time I looked at them. Some of you less, but you've been thinking, I hope, and having good experiences. And so we're going to take up some of the questions that came up in there, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But now I have Lily's. Lily gave me just her little portable, investigations thing, so she can go out and be thinking and looking. And so there's some interesting questions in here. I thought instead of taking a picture of it because they're smaller, I'll just read hers. Doesn't mean hers are better. All the things they're doing are interesting and good, and I truly appreciate them. And so, by the way, this Friday, or tomorrow in other words, we will be together and we'll have a really good experience, I'm hoping. Because of some questions that one or two of you have asked about queens, including about queen bees and bees, about bees and queen bees and bees and things, because it's spring and because it's necessary to our life on Earth, we're going to learn more about bees. You know that bees are kind of under attack. They're dying in some ways, and we've got to be careful about them. And if you're brave, I'm going to show us a video of how a group of bees have learned a way to fend off marauders, attackers, these giant hornets that come and eat the bees. And so it's going to be pretty neat. You'll be interested. And so we'll learn a lot. We could go on and on about learning about bees. And so that's where we're going to head for now. Let me read you a couple of questions. Then some of your other questions I'm going to put on the email by pictures, and you'll get to just see some of the things people have drawn or written or whatever. And so she asked, why do you wear seatbelts in an airplane? And where do the plane wheels go when you go up and down? When the wheels come up. Well, I'll just answer. The seatbelts are there because if there's a wreck, you don't want to fly around inside of the cabin. But there's not that much chance. You know that flying by airplane is one of the safest ways to travel. A lot less accidents. Just seems scary. And she asked some other things. How fast can cheetahs run? If anybody knows the answer to that question, bring it tomorrow. Because cheetahs and ocelots are very fast. I think the cheetah is one of the fastest things there are. She asked, how does a TV show or a movie, how do you get that? For example, how does this come as pictures from me to you by email? It's almost related to that. And some other really good questions. But what makes bouncy balls so bouncy? And then how do flashlights turn on and off, which in part is a question about how are we able to store power chemically inside of batteries. And so batteries can store electricity, so when you turn a switch and complete the circuit, electrons can flow and you can light up the filament or the thing, or a diode nowadays it's called sometimes, that brightens. Well, again, that's because of, on the molecular level and the atomic level, energy and atoms that we've looked at, remember in our bizarre little world, get transferred. And we can put chemicals together that when they're in their little thing that we call a battery, they'll let those things flow out in a chemical reaction that works on the molecular and the atomic level. And so that's just a short version of it. So I just wanted to let you know I enjoyed looking at your notebooks. You should all have them back. And I enjoyed the things you've written, the things you've the things that you've drawn about things you've investigated. We'll talk a little more about some of those things in another video with this. But thanks very much. So remember, next time we're going to, in fact, yeah, I'll write about your other ones, but the questions were really cool and really interesting. Next time, again, tomorrow, in other words, just be prepared. If you wanted to bring an object of mystery, you could. We'll take as many as we can, but we have one object of mystery with a bag, perhaps. And we're starting a new book next time. And so we'll see. It needs to be short because we only have a little bit more of school left. But you need to keep learning and thinking and investigating over the summer. And I'm going to just tell you something right now. Do you know what rainbows are made of and how they happen? Do you know that you can only see a rainbow when the sun is behind you? You have to be looking probably east or west. There's got to be clouds in the sky, and then from where the sun is to where the rainbow starts, it's It's a certain arc, or 42 degrees. In other words, you usually only see rainbows in the east or the west. Have you noticed that? There has to be some dark clouds, usually putting some water in the sky. And then the light has to be behind you. And so in the afternoon, you can only see a rainbow in the east. In the morning, you can only see a rainbow in the west. Did you know that? Just want you to be thinking about light and these sorts of things, because bees and insects are very sensitive to light, and moths, you know, fly around at night, and they'll fly around our lights on our porches and whatnot, because they're trying to navigate by the stars, but we made artificial stars that mess them up. Anyway, it's been great being with you, and we'll see you again. We had a pretty full class last time, and I look forward to our time this next Friday, tomorrow. Take care. We're going to learn about bees, so you could be studying and learning all you can about bees. Here's a fun fact about bees and honey, which isn't really bug spit, but it isn't really not bug spit either, in a way. You know that honey lasts just kind of indefinitely, almost forever? But honey just never goes bad. It sometimes will crystallize, and when your honey crystallizes in the jar, you can just heat it up, and it'll go back to being the regular way it was. The honey lasts almost forever. Isn't that amazing? All right, we'll see you soon. Take care. Keep thinking. Keep asking big questions.